In part 1 of Mr. C's office makeover, we painted the walls, installed new flooring, styled the new leather sofa, created a dog bed for Hank, and organized 2 workstations. And in this video, we're going to be doing some antiquing along with adding decor and all the finishing touches to give Mr. C a masculine, moody, and cozy home office. This is my absolute most favorite place in the world to be. I love this place. I get so much inspiration and I can usually find something for my home in here, but if I could just unpack my stuff and move in here, I would live in this place. It feels like home. For Mr. C's office, he really wants something sports related. So I'm thinking maybe golf, maybe something like that. I want it to look vintage. I want it to go with the rest of the theme of the home, but I also want to make that room his because it is his office. So we are on the hunt for any kind of sports related artwork that we could put on the walls. He doesn't want artwork on every single wall, but if we could find 2 substantial pieces to go on there, I think that will really tie everything in nicely. Oh, how fabulous is that horse? That I would love to have in my dining room. Oh my goodness, it is magnificent. All right, $8,000 is a little bit more than I have in my budget, but horses in general, they have my heart. Horses and anything that's blue and white, I am a sucker for. All of the blue and white. It's so beautiful. How unusual are these lamps? They're like, I guess like an urn where, I don't know what you'd put in there originally. A beverage dispenser. Oh my gosh, look at that. And there's 2 of them. They are gorgeous. Now, dried topiaries are my favorite. I have 5 or 6, and the best thing about them, since they are dried, they're not artificial, they are dried. All you have to do is spray them once a month to keep them looking this way. I've had mine for probably 5-6 years, and they still look just as beautiful as the day I purchased them. They are fantastic. And these are in these beautiful vases. Oh, that is just so beautiful. I have thought of buying something like this for Mr. C's office. I like that that's on a stand. You could just put that in the corner. It is a vintage globe from the 1940s, $325, a little out of my budget, but I like that idea. That's really nice. For one of my Christmas trees this year, I want to do musical instruments. That's a beautiful vintage saxophone. Now, I don't want anything that heavy because I don't think the tree could hold it, but I want to do that for Christmas. I want to just have musical instruments all in one of the trees. And I have purchased a few items that I'm going to turn into something like this. So I'm already excited for the holidays. I've already been talking to Mr. C about how I want to decorate the trees. He says, Sherry, you rush the season so much, but I just love it. I love the holidays. I love Christmas. And I don't think you can ever think too far in advance on how you're going to decorate your tree. That way you can be looking out for things. This was an idea I also had from Mr. C's office of finding really cool pieces of artwork of dogs. These are really cool. They're $125 a piece. The silver really wouldn't go with the colors in his room, but I also like that idea of maybe finding something like that. But he does have his heart set on vintage sports memorabilia. This booth just looks magical. Oh my goodness. It's just magical. That's all I can say. Oh my gosh, you guys. I would love these in Mr. C's office. They're $30 a piece. And this booth is also 15% off. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna have to send these to Mr. C to see if he likes these. Oh my gosh, I love them. I sent the pictures to Mr. C and he said, "What room is that for?" And I said, "For your office." He said, "Are they playing baseball?" He really wants sports. But I'm gonna walk around and think about it. He does like them, but I really like them. But we're still gonna look around. I want this to be his room, but I know he likes dogs also. So dogs and sports, I like them. I brought both my granddaughters here last year. I wanted to share with them antiques and vintage and how to style your home. Now they're just little girls, but I received the biggest compliment from my youngest granddaughter. We were walking through and she said, "Gigi, Oxwood smells like your house." And it sounds like your house with all the music playing. That was the biggest compliment I've ever received, and it was from my 10-year-old granddaughter. I will say this is definitely a very masculine office setting. Look at this. Okay, I do see a golf print in the back there, so I think we'll take a look at that. I think it would look better if there were two and they could flank the window, but I don't like how pastel-y the colors are. I want something a little bit more dark, a little bit more contrast. Okay, the golf clubs are really cool. They're $50 a piece, a little bit out of my price range. Well, this is $25. That's not bad. You know, if you kind of just put them on the wall, maybe like pair three together, that would look really nice. It's a little bit out of my budget though, but that's a good idea for me to keep in mind, just in case we don't find anything here. I have been collecting silver trinket boxes for probably over a year now, and I just displayed them in my foyer, and I just love them. Grouped together, they just look better. See, that is $64. That's a little more than I pay for them. I usually find them at the thrift store, but I do like them when they're engraved. It gives them a little bit of character. How gorgeous are these breadboards? Those would be beautiful just displayed on the wall. Breadboards are 50% off. Yeah, that'd be a really cool idea to do in your kitchen. And then just have them where you could just take them down and use them. So they're decor and they're useful. Oh, look at that, it has the feet on there. Oh, I love this antique. It's $95. Oh, that is fantastic. Look at the colors. Oh my word. How gorgeous is that? Oh, that's so beautiful. To be able to have these fabulous table settings and have a fabulous dinner party. Oh my goodness. It's nice to kind of think about things like that, but how many times do we actually go through with it? It's kind of fun to just think you would and enjoy the stuff and just leave it here at the antique store. I'm also looking for something for the dining room. I wouldn't mind 2 large pieces of artwork or just 1 large or huge piece of artwork. I'm not really seeing anything that's really standing out. Once again, I would love to get some horses, some artwork that's painted horses, but at the moment I'm not finding anything for the dining room, and Mr. C's really isn't keen on those dogs. I think they're adorable and they're very whimsical, but I do have to remember this is his office and not mine. I love that when you walk through here, they have different movies playing. All those black and white movies, they're the best. I purchased these consoles from Amazon and added some lamps I had in the living room that I didn't use very often. These lamps were originally white that I found at the thrift store, and a few years ago I aged them to look like ones from Pottery Barn. To give Mr. C a place for his drinks and remote while he is watching TV, I purchased this sofa table from Amazon, and it's the perfect solution to keep everything within arm's reach. My oldest son and Mr. C installed the quarter round to the baseboard, and it definitely completes the look of the room. One thing I knew I wanted to replace for Mr. C is his raggedy office chair that he's had for years. It's missing an arm and the seat is worn out, so when Corbier reached out to me about reviewing one of their ergonomic chairs, I knew this would be the perfect opportunity to surprise Mr. C with a new one. It took Mr. C and me approximately 20 minutes to assemble the chair, and we tested out all the settings to see which ones would suit Mr. C. This chair is incredibly comfortable and it helps correct your posture while sitting at a desk all day. It's Mr. C's first mesh chair, and although he was initially skeptical, he found the breathable mesh keeps him cool. The chair's adjustable seat depth, headrest, and height provide many customizable positions. I tried the chair and loved it, and after a few days, Mr. C insisted that I keep it. Despite his excellent posture, I struggle with lower back issues and poor posture, especially when sitting all day. Currently, I am using an upholstered dining chair that I found at the thrift store as my office chair. And while it looks pretty, it doesn't provide any support for my lower back. There are days I spend hours at my computer editing videos and listing items on eBay. And after using this chair for a week, it has definitely improved my posture while spending long hours at my desk. Corbier has kindly provided a coupon code for my viewers. You can use the following code to get 10% off your purchase at checkout. I will include a link to the product and the coupon code below so you can check out this chair. And a big thank you for Corbier for sponsoring this video. I wasn't able to find Mr. C any vintage artwork, but I did find some baseball art printed on canvas that resembles blueprints, and I framed them with poster frames from Amazon. I would also love to find vintage wooden golf clubs like the ones we saw at Boxwood to display on one of the walls, so I am keeping an eye out for some whenever I am thrifting and yard selling. These sports statues I found at Hobby Lobby about 5 years ago on clearance. I love the bronze look to them, and they go really well with the rest of the colors in the room. We haven't purchased any window coverings just yet because we want to install motorized blinds. They're not in the budget at the moment, so for now Mr. C has a room with a view until we can get them.